What's up everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today's Tuesday, March 10th. Now in today's dog video, we're going to be talking about the next Operation Dog by Domination campaign that's going to happen this Friday. Now yesterday, we had the exact same campaign for Operation Dog by Domination, and that sent dog price from 74 million to 82 million market cap just within 15 minutes. Now we're going to do the exact same thing this Friday, but only on Kraken, because yesterday we were buying dog across all different sexes and dexes, from Kraken, Bitcoin L1, BitGet, Solana, Stacks, you name it. But this time it's solely going to be on Kraken. We're going to discuss why that's very important. So let's dive deep into this. Let's get into all the details. So let's go and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X. Please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. Guys and girls, let's get right into it. So right now, dog's around 77 million market cap. Now it just went as high roughly around 80 million market cap, and it's taken a slight dip. The reason this pumped is because we just saw Bitcoin go from roughly 68,000 all the way to 72,000, and now it's back down to 70,000. So that slight pullback is what we're seeing in the entire market. When we go over to the memecoin sector, Dogecoin is up 2.78%, only because there's people speculating that Elon Musk is going to launch Dogecoin payment options on X, when that is actually false. It's actually not going to happen. But either way, Dogecoin speculators like to speculate. Nonetheless, I see that Shiba Inu's up 3%, Floki up maybe 0.25%, SPX is down, also Pudgy Penguins is down 2%. Let's go and go all the way down to where Dog Bitcoin is. Dog Bitcoin down less than 1%, but is still above Brett, ApeCoin, and Mog. I remember when all these coins used to be almost close to over $1 billion or higher. So Dog Bitcoin is actually not too far away. It's 78 million market cap. In order for it to be back in the 200 ranking, it has to get close to around 88 million market cap. So we're just kind of around 10 million market cap shy of that. Now, as a result of yesterday, what have we noticed that's happening on Solana? So as you know, you could buy the wrap version of Dog on Solana. We just had a new all-time high holder count of now 10,969. Notice that it's been growing substantially ever since the beginning of the year. This is actually exciting. This is actually very positive news. So now let's see the long-term holder count. Now this is the long-term holders that have either held or bought Dog for over 155 days, from 77.8% to now 77.84%. So why is this very promising? Well, basically on chain, based on UTXO model data, we're seeing that people that are holding Dog away from exchanges that hold into self-custody are actually holding. They're actually buying more. And you're seeing this completely every single day. So like yesterday, we saw that a ton of people bought Dog on Kraken, on DotSwap, on DogSwap, on Bitflow, Kraken, you name it, on Solana. There's a ton of people that were buying in multiple different platforms. So this is why I'm saying right now, this is why people are stacking Dog, because it's on an absolutely cheap entry price. Believe it or not, C2 blockchain is getting close to their 1 billion Dog strategic treasury. Now remember, they used to be at 500, which was their goal initially, but then they started to increase it because they actually started to notice that Dog is on the cheap right now. Literally, these are the times where the 1% act. The 1% usually buy when nobody else is paying attention. You saw this happen with Dogecoin. You saw this happen with Shiba Inu. You even saw this happen with Bonk, which I was a part of. I bought Bonk at $9 million, sold at over $2 billion. Not many people wanted to buy Bonk at a $9 million market cap, the same way people didn't want to buy Solana at $8 per Solana. When I bought it at $8 per Solana, I sold it at over $200 per Solana. So C2 blockchain bought 21 million Dog, and yesterday they even bought, I think, roughly around 16 to 18 million Dog. They're stacking. This is how the 1% work. And now they have a total strategic treasury at 841 million Dog, getting very close to that 1 billion. Now let's talk about Operation Dog Domination campaign happening exclusively on Kraken. Now, Dog is listed on the most trusted and leading exchange in the world, and that is Kraken Exchange. Now, if you haven't seen this post by Arjun Sethi, who is the CEO of Kraken, this was posted during the time Dog was listed on Kraken for spot trading. This was the first, and right now the only tier 1 centralized exchange that has listed Dog, that allows you to swap, trade with over 400 cryptocurrencies around the world instantly, not having to buy blocks, not having to buy bulk items, not having to wait 10-minute block times for your transaction to get through. This is instantaneous, with over 400 cryptocurrencies on the leading exchange in the world, and that is also in the US, and that is Kraken. Now, when I wrote this, Dan brought up a really great point. As I read your post, I realize this is definitely what the community should be focused on promoting. Kraken is huge, becoming the biggest player, and they support Dog. We should support Kraken more than calling out other exchanges. It's a huge deal. Kraken supports Dog. And you know what I replied? I said, Kraken has been making historic milestones lately, even surpassing prominent sexes in terms of adoption and innovation. Because as you know, Kraken recently just created payment rails for banks within their exchange, and they also are working with NASDAQ to create tokenized stocks. If you don't remember, Kraken is actually working with Wyoming, with Cynthia Loomis, the senator, to provide $1,000 to newborns within Wyoming in their savings account to get them started in crypto. That's how amazing Kraken is. They're doing a lot more than what Coinbase is doing. Now, championing Kraken is like when Dogecoin had Coinbase back in the day. Now, remember, when Dogecoin first came out, it was only available on Robinhood and on Coinbase. It wasn't available on Binance, OKX, HTX, KuCoin, and people wanted to buy Dogecoin because there was a lot of hype around Dogecoin, not just because of Elon Musk, but because people wanted to buy that funny meme coin. And so right now, the only place they can really buy Dog in the most trusted exchange is on Kraken, the exact same way Doge was on Coinbase back in the day. Now, this is the time for Dog and the army to make some noise on Kraken. This is literally the easiest and also the best onboarding experience to the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin. You can't really go anywhere else that's more trusted and most secure, so that the fact that you can buy it on Kraken, and the only exclusive place that you can buy it on a trusted exchange is on Kraken to buy Dog, is actually a huge win. So a lot of people have been asking me, hey Vincent, why don't we buy a whole bunch of Dog on Gate.io rather than Kraken? Why don't we just try to remove the supply from Gate.io so that they don't manipulate the price? I'm just going to tell you straight up, and please do listen to me. We've been trying to do this for the past couple years now. We've done it multiple times, and it has not worked. And the reason is, you see this volume that's happening right here on the 24-hour, 167 over the past 24 hours, 1.52 over the past 7 days. This isn't actually real volume, meaning this isn't actually retail. These aren't actually users. These are market maker bots. So even if you put money into Gate.io to try to remove token supply of Dog from that exchange, you're actually not doing that. You're actually providing more liquidity to Gate.io, and they'll just continue to wash trade as much as possible. So that's why it's very important that we focus on Kraken. Pushing volume on Kraken not only helps the token garner more volume, but just think of it like this. What if Kraken one day doesn't see enough volume on their exchange for Dog? They could pull off a Magic Eden. And that would be really bad to see Kraken, a tier 1 exchange, remove Dog from its exchange because there's not enough trading volume. Because we thought Magic Eden was there to support runes when really they extracted from the community. And you just saw what Magic Eden did. They delisted and sunsetted runes and also Ordinals and also Ethereum NFTs. So you don't want that happening with Kraken. You don't want to lose Kraken. Gate.io is not our friend. Kraken is our friend. And that's why we're starting this campaign, which is Operation Dog by Domination on Kraken. So this Friday on March 13th, yes, that's right, Friday the 13th at 6 a.m. Pacific time, everybody's going to be buying at least $30 or more of Dog. Now you can buy more if you want. Listen, I get it. Dog is really cheap right now. I would too. I would buy as much as I can. I wouldn't just buy $30, but then there's people in other cities around the world that don't have as much money, or their currency is not worth as much compared to the US dollar. So that's why we have a minimum of $30 for people around the world. So that's going to be happening this Friday. And remember, only buy Dog exclusively on Kraken. So be sure to spread the word. You have an entire week up until this Friday to spread that word out. Make sure to get everybody that you know within the Dog Army or outside the Dog Army to participate. Because yesterday when we did Operation Dog by Domination, we had less than 1,000 holders by Dog. I was counting all the people that participated just based on just like general data. It was around 938 holders that publicly shared their trades, and that's about it. 1,000 out of 100K holders participated, and still the price of Dog spiked 11% in just 15 minutes. Just imagine, now that we have more time to prepare and we're only buying exclusively on Kraken, that this may be more than 1,000 holders, and it may even go up more than 11%. And if you need to view your time zones around the world, please freeze frame this image. Feel free to look this up. This gives you the exact time so that we can all participate at the exact same time. So overall, that's my consensus. I'm very bullish on Dog. You have now a heads up of what's going to happen this Friday, March 13th. Everybody within the Dog army is going to participate in this for Operation Dog by Domination, and you can spend as much as $30 or more if you want, but the minimum of $30. We want to provide as much volume as we can on just one entity, which is just Kraken, so we can easily monitor it. Remember, the reason we're doing this isn't just to pump the price up. We're also wanting to capture data because in the end, this is a liquidity experiment. We want to understand where liquidity should be flowing. And when we did that test yesterday, liquidity was spread out. And now we know that we need to have liquidity on just one exchange just to see how that goes. And we're going to learn a lot from this. It's a learning experience. It's not like the end all be all experience. And also, we're not going to be trading on Gate.io. Do not deposit your funds. Do not have any funds on Gate.io. If it's any other crypto asset, I've had a couple friends that have actually had their funds on that exchange and have not been able to withdraw their funds. I even know Crypto, who's another YouTube influencer, who had over 20,000 US dollars that he was not able to remove from Gate.io. So please avoid Gate.io as much as possible. I do not trust that exchange at all. So this Friday, March 13th, 6 a.m. Pacific time is Operation Dog by Domination. So with that said, let's make Kraken know that we are the strongest army out there so that they never ever have the thought of delisting Dog from its exchange. Let's provide that volume. So let's go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and updates regarding Dog of the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.